Um, right, now, as normal, where the bloody hell were we? Hello, Celine. Um, I hope it's working now. If you wouldn't mind letting me know. I've got, it's a Saturday morning here, and that tends to be a bit of a slow day. Um, Still no sound, can hear you. Well, that's just great, isn't it? Ah, I see. Got you. Well, hi there. I hope you're enjoying your Friday afternoon. Sorry, a bit slow, Celine. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I thought I'd try and play a bit of XCOM before I have to do stuff. It really is had a fun evening, but man, bit. It's 6:22. Yeah, good. Okay, but yeah, I'm not feeling completely pin sharp today. Shall we put it that way? May have to have more coffee later. Right. It's the 28th of December. We've spent some money. We might look at spending some more. Um, we might. Certainly, we're going to excavate that so that we could start building another workshop. Hello, Grainbow. How are you? How's the beef? The beef's feeling a bit slightly pickled today. Grainbow had a enjoyable Friday evening. I was just complaining to Celine that it's coffee time here, or maybe more coffee time. Um, yeah, we're not going to build that. We don't have the money, but we could build a lab. That would be kind of cool. Um, Apart from that, good. I think we're due a council mission, Grainbow. We might even be due a bomb disposal. I hope I'm wrong. Slightly pickled, yeah. Went out with some friends last night, Grainbow, for a Friday night, and I wasn't as sensible as maybe I should have been. You know, Celine, this is why chat is chat, and unless you start doing the image it to text, you're not going to get very far there. Oh, it wasn't drastic, Grainbow, but it was fun. I have the pictures to prove it as well. So yeah, as the title says, things may now become properly fun. Fun in the sort of exciting, screaming, and death kind of way. We're going to build another laser cannon. It's been a long bloody while, and I know it costs a lot of money, but I think we're going to need it. Grainbow. Nice. Right. Um, that's a good vegetarian sausage, I'll have you know. Uh, yeah, so plasma, good. We have some money, we have some alloys. Maybe we should spend some of it. Grenade launcher would be lovely. KSM would be lovely because we're now facing ethereals. But I somehow feel I should try and hold on to some of my money here. Hello, Nicola Drummer. You like vegetarian tuna and vegetarian white chicken meat. That sounds really tasty, Nicola Drummer. Vegetarian tuna sounds like salt and cardboard. Doesn't sound very good at all. We have 7 suits of Titan, which is nice. You know, Celine, my experience of vegans is they don't tend to be the world's skinniest people. Maybe I've got that wrong. Ammo conservation's 5 days. We've got our first tier 2 mech coming up. A lot of these things are going to take a while to get built. But I reckon that's about what we're going to build now. I wanted to build some chitin plating, but to be perfectly honest, a side screen would be really good. And the other thing I wanted to build was walker servos. That's probably the priority, because we're losing a lot of mobility. Yeah, that would do it, Nicola Drummer. Is especially with the whole New Year resolutions thing, is you get rid of the starches, or in my case, the beer. Last night, it's if you actually do count calories, it's bloody difficult to keep it on, isn't it? We're going to go for this. I hate spending meld, but it's definitely time to do this because we need the higher mobility. And that's pretty much it. This was another thing I really wanted to do, but we're going to have to wait. Ditto this. This is really good. Especially for our shivs, who are beginning to get more and more fragile.
I'll make sure production begins immediately. And as soon as we've got something, I'll be in touch.
Well, I've been putting it off, but frankly, what we're waiting to see is whether we're going to get a bomb disposal or not. Let's find out, shall we? Spin that wheel. Ross Veggie doesn't have the same ring grain bow. I'm not sure that I like that as much. It's not as tasty.
Satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders. Commander, the Council is requesting your attention.
Holy shit.
Transmission coming in now.
I'm almost psychic. I fucking knew this was going to come. The aliens are a little bit too clever in how they time their missions sometimes. What's this? It does, yeah. Nicola Drummer, I'll show you right after this. Oh, it's an asset recovery. It's not a bomb disposal. And it is in France. Interesting. Bloody interesting. So, it means that, you know that the wiki says the aliens planned their mission at the beginning of the month. That's not true. I've literally just done a alien base assault in France, and they're attacking it. Do you know what I mean? Which means that they sort of change their missions on the fly, depending on panic or what have you. Anyway, just an interesting little tidbit. Oh yes, I can finally check whether this is working too. Yes, Celine, they react. It's not all dumb. Well, some people would still call it dumb, but anyway. They do respond to what you're doing. Cool. We even have a working YouTube link. Life is good. Now I have to make sure that it's working. Good. Right. They do really want France, Nicola Drummer, or I kind of feel is that, at least this campaign, they've avoided really high panic countries. I guess because they figure they're going to get them back anyway, and they've been chipping away at the lower panic ones to try and flip them. And as for size stuff, I'm a little bit behind Nicola Drummer, but when you get this icon next to a soldier, it means that they do have the potential for psi powers. You've got to throw them into the psi tanks and then start, basically promoting them over time. So each one of these guys has shown some sort of psychic ability. Right, this is not something I'm looking forward to because we won't be able to send an A team. Surveillance outpost. I wonder if this is going to be the observatory map. It is, yes. Yeah, a grainbow. That could be it too. I mean, there's stuff in the wiki which isn't right, Even Ufopedia, which is the source of all knowledge, is not 100% correct. There's stuff in there about the Zhang missions, which is just plain up wrong, for example. So yeah, take it with a little grain of salt, Grainbow. Hello, Atacob, how are you? We're just complaining about Ufopedia is not dependable 100%. I don't think anything in this game is dependable, frankly. Now, it's late enough that this could all be heavy floaters, but it also could be huge piles of Muton elites, neither of which I really like the idea of. 7 years dungeon? Well, I mean, I'm sorry to say, Atacob, but it's not 100% right. That it does have errors in it. I think we're going to have, of course, we're going to have to send the best team we can. Well, for starters, Atacob, about when the confounding light Zhang mission activates, is that it sort of says that there's a range of dates when council missions can happen, but the confounding light one is definitely a wee bit random, and you can have it anywhere within a spread of days right at the end of the month. That's one thing that it's bloody wrong about. Feeling a bit pickled today, yes. Yeah, just had too much of a good time last night, I think. We don't have a scout either. Well, at least not one that I want to bring on this mission. Well, I think that the aliens don't need too much improved AI, Celine. They have their moments. They can be terrifyingly clever sometimes. Other times not so much, but yeah. It's a lot of gunnery sergeants. Oh, that's not so hot. I'm not even sure that I want to bring a sniper on here. Honestly, we've only got sergeant snipers, which again ain't so hot. I wonder if I should sort of bring a setup for getting rid of heavy floaters. Snipers can be handy. There are places on this map where having squad sight is really nice. What is your abilities? You do have Mind Fray, which is nice. I think we might bring a very shooty-rich squad on this. Yeah, looking a bit bare. Too many missions. I'm not sure that I really want to fatigue injure somebody to come on this, though. So, maybe bring along a high-level gunner for that squad site goodness. I think we're going to be quite a static group for this. Not a huge fan of that idea either. We're going to take the assumption that we're not going to need armor piercing and that it's going to be either heavy floaters or muton elites and not robots. I hope I'm right there. And I'd like battle scanners are kind of handy, but cover destruction on this map could come in really handy. I'm almost tempted to bring a rocket, actually. Will's 71, so she's not going to have a great chance at getting a heavy floater to panic. You're a marauder. Same sort of deal. Yeah, my first ethereal killed one of my guys too. Well, I mean, they're a bit flipping tough, especially with their honor guard or whatever you want to put it. Do I put? I still want to make sure that I've got some protection if it's robots. These guys are who I'm really hoping are going to kill lots and lots of people. May regret giving you the Illuminator gun sight. We'll have a think about that. And you're a psychic, so I don't know why I'm giving you a scope. We've got better stuff to give you. Or at least I thought we did. Oh yeah, we should have... Oh, we've only got one neural gun link. That's no good. Hell no, Grainbow. Why would anybody want to see my ugly mug? I much prefer being a disembodied voice, swearing and shouting down the microphone. It's just so much better. Maybe for a very special stream. So we do have some heavy hitters, and we do have some sources of suppression. If we can try and minimize the aliens dogpiling us, we might do okay. I was wondering if I should bring this just in case. In case things get a little bit tricky, I mean. I might do, just in case. Right, to allow me to remove officer promotions from soldiers. I had to make someone a mech, you see. Took some trial and error to get it working right, but eventually did, but this unintended side effect. I now have over 25 first and second level medal billets available. Ah, Atacob, is that a bug or a feature? Whoops, no, back you come.
Excellent. We look forward to seeing your progress.
Right, the biggest problem about this is that we don't know when we're going to be facing bad guys. Which means we're going to have to lose something. And I think that's probably what we're going to lose. Right, that's our squad. I hope everything's going to work out. Shall we find out? Definitely not the best squad. It's all gunnery sergeants.
Touching down.
It would mean that they would probably, if we do this and reduce panic, it's Germany they'll be hammering next month.
France is sending an urgent mission request.
Atakob, your campaign is just really cool. The sort of weird interactions with skills and what have you. It's a fun one to watch. Hello, Varial. Oh my god, not this guy streaming again, I hope.
Lost communications with an outpost that was monitoring for alien activity. Our primary objective is to secure that facility so we can get it operational again ASAP.
Right. The corner's not great because we're basically stared down by this observatory here if the aliens get on top, as it were. And as I said, we don't know what we're facing. So you can lurk away, Varial. Yeah, this is it's Saturday morning for me, and so I just thought I would do this as opposed to, you know, all the other chores I should be doing to, you know, this morning, getting things sorted. I prefer it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ideally, I'd like to try and get on here. I know it's only half cover, but it would give us such an excellent control of the rest of the map, until and if we know what we're actually facing. While you hunt a mystery data corruption and fix it. That doesn't sound very good, Variel. I hope you do fix it. It's one of my worries, especially with all the photos and what have you that I keep on the computer. Fun with the mods. There's some drawbacks that are making me think about coming back to a regular perk trees. Like concealment is so important. Totally. Yeah, I mean, you know, I probably should point out that I have morning hair as well. I don't think anybody wants to see me in this state. I don't want to see me in this state, frankly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get up there, as the actress said to the bishop.
Ясно, иду на точку.
As I said, is what we really want to do. We did bring 2 mechs, and those mechs can't actually get on top here. That's well, it's quite a huge bloody oversight if you ask me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is still good.
Moving out.
I think we're going to hide our mechs down by the stairs and watch out for alien fun stuff. Probably put a gunner here. The idea is to try and... Oh, here we go. This is not a sight you want to see, actually. It looks like all the pods are in a nice circle in here, here, and here. We might get dogpiled all at once here, which might mean a very swift evac.
On the move.
Yeah, thanks very much, Nicola Drummer. I mean, look, from a purely practical point of view, when you see people's faces, especially in games like XCOM, they're always going to have to block some of the real estate, you know? And as a dedicated XCOM nerd, I really like knowing this info.
Heading to that location.
We're going to feel pretty dumb if we get 3 pods active next turn.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
It's heavy floaters. Yes. Yeah, shit. It's all heavy floaters. That's really rubbish. Didn't bring along a sniper, so we're going to have problems with the boss heavy floaters here.
Двигаюсь на позицию.
Я в пути.
And if they decide to fly,
Copy that.
we're going to have some even more fun trying to pick them off. Yeah, I suppose you could squeeze something in there, couldn't you, Celine?
Running.
So now this tower isn't so hot. It's a lot of destructible cover. And when you activate, the floaters can go, well, they can either go here and get shot or, you know, fly down here where you can't see them. Hello, Rock. It's a council mission at the end of the month. And don't know yet. It's not the world's best squad.
Moving on target location.
And it's going to be a whole bunch of heavy floaters, Rock. A huge amount of heavy floaters. And I hate that idea. Because they're just going to fly.
On my way.
We don't have any battle scanners either, so it's not like we can just try and pick one off. And I'm not sure how much patrolling these guys do on this map. We want to try and minimize activations if we can.
Выполняю.
Двигаюсь к точке.
Moving out.
On it.
Headed there now.
Headed there now.
And yeah, I'm just basically going to Overwatch creep here if I can. Ideally, we want to try and get a couple of shots. Okay, well that's one pod somewhere. I have a feeling if I try and move my gunner into position, they're going to see him. We just got a corner sighting there. Okay, we have a possibility of flanking. Let's see again. If they move into vision, we might get some Overwatch shots here.
I'm on it, Commander. Aye, aye, Commander.
We know where one is.
You hear that?
Are they going to come out? Oh, they're keeping again just out of range. Right. Going to do some counting here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So yeah, I think they can see me if I try to go to this wall. Yes, there's actually a pod straight in front of us. So while we've seen this one, there's a nearer one that we haven't seen somehow. Might still actually be in that room. It hasn't moved at all. So yeah, another round of Overwatch, I think. Right, we got one shot off. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not the other pod. Right, the boss heavy floater has... Are they active? Not yet. I don't know whether they're active or not. That's a little bit scary.
Hostiles pacified. Ясно. До встречи в аду.
Now, what do I do about this heavy floater? He can definitely grenade. We've got the next lot going to be moving in next turn. I don't really want to get into a shooting match with a heavy floater with these guys, especially about 1 in 3 shots.
Вас понял. On it.
Interesting, so we can't throw it down on him. That sucks as well. I guess we're going to try and do our kind of hopeful, maybe the heavy floater will do something dumb act.
Heading there now.
And the answer is no. That's a point blank grenade, I think.
Good.
Shot failed to connect.
They're falling back.
Is he active? Still not active. Can't... Oh, fuck. They're creeping in here. We're going to have 2, 3 pods active at once. That was a pretty good shot. We are still hoping that we can keep these things not active. It's getting to be quite a lot of bad guys now.
Headed there now. Hostile target neutralized. Weapons are dry. Not a problem anymore.
I wonder whether I should try a couple of shots with cow meat here. They're only 64s, but if they both hit, I might be able to kill this thing. That happens far too fucking frequently. And that also is aggravating as all hell, because I'm not sure when this thing's going to be able to see me. I do have a ghost grenade, yeah. I wanted to save it, Grainbow. But I may have to do it, because we managed to miss too many flipping shots.
Heading out. Smoke out.
We're going to have the next lot active, it looks like, straight away.
That's affirmative.
We also may have a grenade coming in here, so fingers crossed, everybody.
Иду. Разберемся. Можно начинать.
Yeah, okay, you can get down on the ground. Getting back up's going to be a problem, though. Yeah, here we go. There, I should have thrown that chem grenade when I got the chance. That's quite an interesting place for you to go. Suppression's good. Right, that's a fair amount of bad guys around. We do still have a ghost grenade if necessary. What do we see? 3 floaters, 2 heavy floaters. That boss floater went back here, maybe on Overwatch. We see 2 floaters, we don't know where the other one is, and it's the chrysalid, of course, that is the huge worry. We don't know where they are either. It might be time to pop another motion tracker. Okay, so at least as far as this is saying, the chrysalid may be right there. The other heavy floater has definitely gone somewhere else. We don't have an easy way of getting rid of that chrysalid apart from using cow meat. And cow meat certainly could do some damage here. You can suppress this floater if necessary. Oh, we don't know where the chrysalid is. Bugger. Where are you? 1. Oh, I see. It's actually run inside. Chrysalid's down below us, I think. Well, that's not good. We definitely want to try and get cow meat free if we can, because cow meat is going to have to kill that chrysalid. And we might have to go invisible. Unless I bring you down. Where did that chrysalid go to? hats off to the Long War developers. Deciding to add chrysalids to heavy floater pods was genius. I can't see it. No, I really can't see it. Yeah, it's a heavy metal band, Grainbow. Where is it? Okay, if you look at our two mechs, the chrysalid is it can't have jumped up there. It's not in here, is it? Surely not. So the chrysalid is... I'm a bit of a loss. Oh, fuck, it's right in front, of course. There we go. That's where it is. Okay. We have... Either Calmy is going to have to move through the suppression fire. I think the heavy floater's probably the biggest problem here, no? I wonder whether I should just encourage a grenade. Okay, where do I put you? If I put you here, you can kill this guy, but that's about all you can do. I don't have the... I might be able to get a shot off on the floater here. 1, 2. So I can drop you down here and maybe kill this floater, which will avoid these guys getting flanked. I do have a chem grenade that I can use for that heavy floater to maybe neutralise him. Which really means that it's only a 68 though, and I would like to try and fuck these guys up. But a chrysalid is such a worry. I won't be able to use you to kill the chrysalid. And I'm not sure even if I go there whether I'll be able... This guy's going to be free no matter what I do. We'll have a think about that. Okay, acid bomb for you guys then. Good, okay. Still means that we could get thoroughly fucked here, but... what I need to do is make sure I chem these two guys so that my assault doesn't get absolutely murdered. Mustn't forget there is also another heavy floater somewhere. Right, you're going to chem this, which should mean that at least one of them can't do anything, and the other one will be stuck there even if they move. Ideally, I'd like cow meat to take any hits that are coming down here. course that was going to happen.
On my way. Providing cover at that location.
Just as long as that chrysalid doesn't go for my medic. That's something which I've just thought about now, of course. You are going to be able to see this guy, yeah? Or maybe I just shadow device cow meat, but then he'll just go for our other mech.
Affirmative.
Heading to that location. I'm ready.
What do they do? Interesting move by him. Well, I guess everybody can miss in this game.
Negative damage.
Pretty good. Okay. It is smoke and chrysalids. Where the fuck are you going? Arsehole. Okay, right. Now, that's quite handy. That chrysalid is causing all sorts of problems. I'm not sure I really want to do that with you. We may have to suppress this floater, heavy floater. We can't do much about them this turn. Chrysalid becomes a big issue now. Yeah, it is that for an insect. That was pretty bloody smart, wasn't it? Floaters are being amazingly brave as well.
On the move. Put 'em down.
I might shoot a whole bunch of this chrysalid and not kill it, you know? Or not even damage it.
Moving out.
Because he is in dense smoke, and we've already seen him manage to avoid quite a few shots. These 70% really aren't hitting, are they? Oh my god. Okay, now we have problems again. You're going to have to suppress that heavy floater. Yeah, that's 360s. That's not so good, is it? Yeah, hello Yash. God, it's been ages. Yeah, I think that the game has decided that it wants to have some fun with me. Like that.
Keeping him down.
It's a good game to play, Ash.
Suppressing fire on target. No rounds.
On my way.
Now let's see what happens.
They're suppressing my position.
Oh, right, yes, okay, right, good.
Taking fire over there.
Okay, so far so good. Do you know, Yash, this is the perennial problem with these great games, is we start messing about with them so much that I think that we end up with something that's just not usable by anybody. Oh, right, that's a really good place because I can't flank him. I thought I might be able to get a shot, but no. Well, I'm going to break one of my rules, which is not to use explosives here.
Fastball special.
Holy cow.
Значит, в другой раз.
I thought that one had missed, actually.
Боезапас на нуле. Рок-н-ролл.
Heading out.
Right, hopefully we can just suppress this guy and everything's going to be hunky-dory.
Aye, aye. Suppress, Commander.
Heading there now. Cover!
Of these mighty aliens, I think you'd win, Yash. I mean, unfortunately, multiplayer XCOM Enemy Unknown was a bit of a mess. But, I mean, the XCOM's pretty bloody powerful, you know?
Aye, aye.
Oh, did that just crash my game? I think we may just have had a crash. Yeah, I've played a couple of games. I enjoyed it, but you could see there was issues with it. Now I'm getting a bit worried about my save here. Right, while it's doing that, I'm going to do two things. First of all, I'm going to try and make a copy of my save, because I'm naturally paranoid because we've had it corrupt at least twice during this campaign. And I'm not saying it's all the game's fault either. And then we're may have to restart the game to get it to work. That looks to me like a crash. No, I can't do anything with it. So let's try and do this. Yeah, I would love that too, Atacob, you know. I really, really would. Seriously. Well, we're going to have to get that started as opposed to saying we should do it. Right, I'm just going to quit XCOM for a second because I need to restart it. So give me 1 second. Well, probably a bit more than that. Hopefully, we don't have to replay too many of these things. Yeah, we've done that before, Atacob. I don't know where it saved last. Yeah, it could be several turns ago. Yes, it's actually, of course, it didn't save in the most scary part of the whole scene. Can you guys see that? Is it all back and working? Yeah, it is. Okay. So now we're going to have to try and replay that. If I remember rightly, I ran my assault into here to take a shot on the chrysalid.
Going in for the kill. Time to motor.
And that's different because I'm pretty sure that hit last time. Which is more than a bit terrifying. Yeah, we are not getting the same turns here. Holy fuck. Well, that was a bad series of turns.
He's down. Taken care of.
Okay, I think it's time for a panic button. That was XCOM'd good and hard. I hope that the shadow device is going to be able to cover everybody here, because we're going to need it. Man, are we going to need it.
Yes, Commander.
Well, imagine having dense smoke, Yash. I mean, the thing is, of course, it's dense smoke that did that.
Moving to position.
Hello, Night Valiant. We just got RNG'd good and hard. I haven't felt that good fucking in a while, as the actress said to the bishop. This guy's going to be able to see us. I hope this is going to work, right? I mean, it says it will. Yeah, pretty much.
On your order.
I was worried actually about that guy getting a CCS shot and activating. So far so good. Right, so yeah, I think the take-home message from that is, when in doubt, use a ghost grenade. Hopefully this guy doesn't have CCS. Shall we check? No, he's got danger zone, but he doesn't have CCS, I'm glad to say.
Moving to position. Running dry on ammo. Landed. I'm all out.
So we've still got 2 floaters. One went there. That's shootable. I don't remember where the other one went to. That's not so hot. If it didn't just go flying, of course.
Headed there now.
Fuck, I don't know where the other one went to. That's a clever floater, and clever floaters are not good.
Target disabled.
Again, we might use cow meat as a tank here. That floater ran in somewhere. Oh, this is terrifying.
Klats.
Moving out. Medkits fix everything. Calm down.
Solid copy. Можно начинать.
Where is that? There it is. Okay, I have no idea where it went to. But now it's quite an unhappy floater.
They're trying to pull back.
Yeah, gone to get his mates. That's actually exactly what I'd want you to do.
It's killing time. On my way.
And by the way, I have no intention of
On the move.
going hunting for his mates either. We are going to camp out here for a good long while and see if they'll come to us.
Got it. Man up and get back out there.
Yeah, Yash, and it's always nice to have a good bit of info like that, right?
Loaded. Корректирую огонь. Черт, не может быть.
There are so many misses. You're going to hit, aren't you? I thought he was going to hit that shot. I'm honestly surprised that he didn't.
Negative ammo. I'm spent. Heading to that location. Reloaded.
Время убивать.
Resupply complete.
Okay. Our assault, poor old Carnage, is looking a little bit worse the wear, but I'm a bit worried about using my last medkit here. So poor old Carnage might have to sit this out for a bit longer.
Headed there now. Aye, aye, Commander.
Back in.
Все готово.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grenade fest here, depending on how many heavy floaters the next lot is. Yeah, I know you're there. You're going to have to come out and get me. Especially since we don't have a scout.
Moving.
Okay. Boring time coming. The secret of XCOM. We're going to try and see if we can get these guys to come to us. Do we have 2 pods? I don't know. Sounds a bit like it. How many have we killed? We've only killed 12. Right, that's 3 turns of Overwatch.
Shh. You hear that?
I think we may have 2 more pods. I do think I have 1 more motion tracker. Or have I used that all up? I have used it all up. Okay, so we are going to have to do this the old-fashioned and terrifying way. Right, that's 5 turns of Overwatch.
There's something out there.
Yeah, Yash, is that sometimes if you get used to just Overwatch all, when you've got a scout who's concealed or what have you, it causes terrible problems. So I've just got, I basically now just automatically use Y instead. We're gonna have to push up because these giant arseholes aren't going to come to us. Yep. It only has to happen a few times, Yash, before you train yourself, you know.
Position confirmed.
I think we do have 2 pods.
Heading out.
You absolute floating bastards.
Moving.
Yeah, you know, we just did a base assault, Yash. That went off quite well. But I've only got 2 concealment scouts, and one of them got hit by a 1%er from a mechtoid. So here we are. And this is, you're right, this is a situation where having a scout would be so useful. Because floaters and heavy floaters love activating and going straight into Overwatch. I think we've got 2 pods in there. It's more than a bit of a shit.
On my way.
I'm not sure how to do this. If I open the door, they'll just go onto Overwatch. But it looks like they're quite happy in there. Probably looking at the stars and the planets, or probably looking at the sun in a telescope. I wouldn't put it past floaters. Come here, look at this bright object. I don't believe it. They're both pods there and they're not going to come out. How am I going to do this? Sounds like proper warfare, doesn't it, Yash?
Heading out.
I don't really want to try and fight them here because one of them is going to find a place I can't shoot them, and then pop up next turn and throw a grenade. So trying to get my guys here is kind of going to be self-defeating, I think.
Location confirmed.
Maybe I should have healed Carnage up before bringing her over to the Overwatch squad.
Heading to that location.
That's a great point, Yash, but what is safe, right? They're going to have to go on Overwatch. They're going to look at XCOM here and go, yeah, it's 2 pods. Don't really want to activate 8 heavy floaters at once.
Got a visual.
Oh, you have covering fire, don't you? You have a lot of other bloody stuff too. You're an air cobra. Well,
X-ray down.
well, this is bad.
Heading to that location.
I don't want to get shot by an air cobra. That sounds bloody horrible. Here we go. Carnage, best of luck to you.
I'm rolling. Moving out.
What do we have? We do have 3 heavy floaters. What a poxy horrible situation.
Есть, выполняю.
Well, shy heavy floaters it looks like, or did one of them come here?
Moving to position.
No.
Ну, быстрей.
Solid copy. Headed there now. Shh. You hear that? Defensive position here.
Come out wherever you are.
There's something out there. Incoming fire.
Oh, I mean, heavy floaters are such massive arseholes. I'm sorry. But they really fucking are. Look at this bullshit. Also, how did he get there? They went... Oh. I think there's one of them here too. The boss.
Поехали.
Right, again I need to double check whether this one has CCS or not. No, you don't. Okay, so if I've called this right, there's a square I can't move to here, unless it's another pod. I'm assuming that's the boss. Carnage mate about to get
Heading out.
a hot reception. Especially if we keep missing shots like that. Right, back you come again.
I'm on the move.
Catch. Уже иду. Лунатик готов. Blasting that target. Другой раз.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Still have the boss, of course, who's by far the most dangerous one here. Air cobras are scary shit. Right, in theory, that boss hasn't gone anywhere. I don't know if you can believe that.
Blasting that target.
Yeah, well, he's certainly moved wherever he's gone. %69% my arse, more like 50-50.
Уже иду.
Oh, did you see that? The boss one is out somewhere.
Урон нулевой.
Okay.
We, sir, are about to get mullered.
I'm on the move. Конец лунатику.
He ran away. Okay, good. I was worried that he was just going to come out and screw us. But instead, he was a bit dumb, and I'm really glad of it.
Боеприпасов нет.
Because the thing is, he has tactical sense. So it's the first does not cost an action. So I can come up and shoot him. He's suppressed, so his CCS shouldn't proc.
They've reached the control room. It doesn't look like they did too much damage.
Commander, the operation was a success.
God, I hate that mission. Heavy floaters, a big bunch of heavy floaters is... They're such a pain to handle. Thanks very much, Yash. If that floater had decided to move forward as opposed to run back, I think things would have been a bit stickier.
I had my doubts, but the troops really pulled through on this one.
I don't know why you had your doubts, Shen. Do you know something about these guys' equipment that they don't? All of these are are fantastic, but I've kind of built my engineers as support engineers, which means that Bombard is probably the most useful. They can throw smokes and acid grenades even further, and hell, even normal grenades. So Bombard it is. And I do wonder whether I should have given them extra conditioning, to be honest. But yep, that's a worry for another time. We managed to live through that. You know, I say a whole bunch, but it was only 6 heavy floaters that I blew one up, I think. A couple of chrysalids. Yeah, some nice loot there. Yeah, I do too. It's the one before it, actually, which I find even worse, is Packmaster or extra conditioning. I mean, you know, obviously Packmaster is a great choice, but extra conditioning means they can live, which is not a bad choice, is it? Okay, it reduced panic, but not by as much as I was thinking. It only reduced it by about 5 or so. Minus 21 resources. You always like seeing that. It probably means that I don't have to do an alien base assault at the end of the month. I could wait till next month, because I won't be able to knock the alien resources down any more than I have. I can knock down their research, but it's only going to be like, I think, what is it, 5 at the most? Oh, here we go. This is a bombing mission in Germany, and is probably the last bomb of, well, probably the last bomb of the month. I'm not 100% sure now. Could be another. Yeah, I mean, it's done okay. I mean, they've had 2 bases for most of the game, but it could have been much worse. I'm fairly happy about that. This could be our first double blaster destroyer, so things could go really tits up here.
Nearing strike range.
Yes, it is.
They're all over us. Disengaging.
Right at the end of the month too.
Contact detected.
Of course, I don't really want to use a dodge module on this guy. We only have a few of those left.
Approaching target now. We're getting eaten up here. We lost the bubble.
Nasty.
Contact detected.
And this actually makes another decision I was trying to make a lot simpler, is we're going to now have to start
Enemy is
using advanced repair.
Satellite assist acquired.
Closing on target. No joy here.
Okay, I aborted just as I shot it down. That was not a fun interception at all, especially for Europe. It does mean we're going to have a bit of a torrid time, I think. And we probably should buy another interceptor. But it does also make this decision a lot easier, is that we should probably go for advanced repair. We need to keep these repairs quite a bit shorter. It's a hugely expensive one, but badly needed. I may wait to see what happens with this assault before doing it, though I have a lot of resources that I may not need to. I could probably sell some of these if I wanted to. I certainly could sell some of these. Hello, Celine. Well, good for you. If you're doing the gym on a Friday night, you're doing really well. No, it's Saturday morning for you, didn't you say? Good for you. I should do that myself. No, I still need another 20. Okay, so that's another really expensive foundry project done. It'll take 6 days. Maybe I should have done it earlier.
The foundry is already warmed up. I'll make sure to notify you as soon as production is
That's
finished.
pretty much all the air-based foundry projects done. Which is not too bad. Well, I should be fairly pleased about that, I guess. Anyway, let's do this mission. It's Crash Destroyer on the forest map. They really are. It's a huge investment, but you have to keep on top of the air game all the time, Yash. And as we just seen, is destroyers are going to be a real handful from now onwards, and we need more interceptors. I don't have enough now that the air game's really kicked up a notch. Who can we send? The Dawn's ready in 35 hours. I'd be quite tempted to bring him. I mean, we do have enough people to do this mission. Not a great amount. I mean, I don't know how... yeah, I'm going to have to do it with what I have, and hopefully not have any worse consequences. We don't have any mechs, for example. Yeah, we're going to have to do it as is. So... a little bit of a light squad here. I hope it's going to be good enough. Can you ever have enough people to do, Celine? I know that's a philosophical question, but close to my heart. Right, that's... I might get rid of Freaky and bring another tech sergeant, just so that we have somebody who might be able to handle some really scary aliens. If we get an ethereal in this one, things are going to get a bit sweaty palmed. I'm going to have to hope that's not going to be the case. I don't know how to come back from that one, Celine. I could say interesting, or probably a little bit too exciting for my liking. Yeah, I think we're going to go with slow and steady here. But if we are bringing this lot, we should probably make sure that we have some scanners. don't know why I'm bothering is that I have a feeling most aliens won't really care about Titan on this one. Maybe that. So it's a little bit of a mix here. Is we're bringing along a fairly gun-heavy squad and then hoping we might be able to get a capture as well. So a little bit schizophrenic. Ergo's really just going to, well, hopefully he's going to be our grounder, so that if we get into trouble, we have at least somebody who can shoot their way out of it. Again, yeah, squad is really, really slow. Here we go. Best of luck to you guys. I think you might need it.
Our target site is near the German border. It looks like we got lucky. The alien crash site is in a remote area.
I hope that was happy weird and not sad weird.
Get down there and secure the site ASAP.
So yeah, it's definitely a light squad. It's right at the end of the month, so I'm hoping this is going to be a nice, gentle mission with as little deaths and screaming as possible.
Come in, HQ. Big Sky has reached the outer marker. Approaching the crash site now. Strike team is awaiting your orders.
Right.
Affirmative, Big Sky. Strike 1 is free to engage hostile targets at the crash site.
Right, where has Big Sky dumped us this time? Looks like Big Sky's dumped us down the bottom right hand of the map with a UFO at the top left. Hello, Rouge Rogue. Oh yeah, we'll totally need luck to get through this, Rouge Rogue. It's a underpowered squad, to say the least. I think we might... Do we have a... I don't know. It was in this type of place, Rouge Rogue, before, where we faced our first Leviathan mech. And that was a bloody awful surprise. 4, 5, 6.
Voy hacia ese lugar.
I'm not sure, Celine. Rouge Rogue, if this, well, whether this one goes well or not, if you're not in the squad, would you like a soldier? We really should give you one.
Heading to that location.
Understood. Moving out.
God, I miss Max.
J'y suis déjà.
It's safe up till the base defense, Rouge Rogue, and then you might find yourself being given a laser rifle and a totally inadequate bit of armor and told to get on with it. So I'll leave the final choice up to you.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Moving out.
That was not a good bit of pathing. I shouldn't have done that.
Aye, aye.
Variel's right, Rouge Rogue. You should listen to her. Okay. Mutons. Or berserkers. Or both.
Heading to that location. Stepping off.
On my way. That's affirmative.
Ya estoy. Moving out. Okay.
Yeah, it's mutons, alright. Could be berserkers. Sounds a little bit berserker-like to me.
Got it.
Don't feel very good about using my medic as a scout. I must stop that.
Position confirmed.
Good to go.
Aye, aye.
On the move. Voy hacia ese lugar. Aye, aye, Commander. Position confirmée.
I only hear mutons. I hope that means that we're not going to be blindsided by a huge muton pod again. Just when we've got a weak squad.
Me dirijo allí. Good to go.
I'm on it, Commander.
Aye, aye.
Moving. Moving.
Headed there now. D'accord. Will do.
Sounds like we have a lot of hockey fans in the audience tonight. Now they're saying they're over here. How exciting.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I think I've just heard them.
Scanning.
Well, there are a few teams that play ice hockey, Yash. I don't know why, but yeah, there are. There's probably some Canadian expats who keep the dream alive.
Moving to position.
Right, I've wasted one battle scanner just to try and make it clear. There is a meld on the map, probably right next to the ship. And yeah, if you might have just heard it, is that there's a door opening sound at the end of our turn, and I think that something's either come in or gone out of the ship. We're not going to get that meld, by the way. This is going to be, well, he says, famous last words, a real careful movement across the map. Minus 38. Holy cow. That sounds unpleasant. Even if you're wrapped up, that sounds unpleasant. I hear thin men.
There's something out there.
And mutons. We probably now have a bloody good idea what we're going to face.
Solid copy. Roger that.
Roger, tracking.
J'y vais tout de suite. Copy that.
What's the betting that Electo's not going to get any shots?
On my way. Yeah, boy.
This is where, you know, when the aliens hang out in the debris fields from the alien crash, which is like all this half cover here, it makes them so difficult to wrinkle out because you're going to have to go into that to try and get a shot on them. You're kidding, Celine. Minus 48. That's hopefully wind chill, yeah? That's not air temperature, is it? That sounds awful.
Voy hacia ese lugar. J'y vais. Heading to that location.
Well, we're definitely not going to get that meld.
I'm on the move.
On the move.
Heading out. Heading out.
Right, there's a whole Arctic blast through North America, and it's always past east of me. I'm in the northwest coast of the US. Well, it sounds very seasonal, maybe a little bit too seasonal for my liking. Mind you, I shouldn't talk too much. We are unseasonably cool at the moment. It was 12 degrees last night. Came as a bit of a shock.
Moving to position.
There's nothing I like more than a bunch of thin men who just hide out here. Alright, now we finally get a rough idea where the enemy is. As we have something in the corner right by the meld. Probably running into the ship if I didn't know better.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Already there.
Already there.
Posibles contactos enemigos.
1, 2, 3, 6 of them. The snipers ran for it. Right, we mustn't forget that sniper is going to get a shot on us.
En marcha. I'm rolling.
It was, Rock, a trap as normal.
Yes, Commander.
Not so hot, actually. It means the sniper may get a shot on us. That's pretty good. Right, now that we've killed a couple of their scouts, they're going to have to come at us bit by bit. So let's get the medic back somewhere reasonably safe.
Understood. Moving out.
Same with you. You're not going to do very much good there.
Target confirmed. On our way. Target confirmed. On our way.
Got it. Heading to that location.
And your scout ditto, again, you're not going to do any good there.
Allí voy.
Oh, now we know where they are.
Heading to that location. Locked and loaded.
Might actually have a flanking shot here. That guy ran an absolute fucking mile.
Ah, missed the target.
Spits. Only get one of us, though.
Hey, a little help.
That's two of them. And that's the flanker?
Hello?
No.
Die over here.
So that's three. And this one, my God, you ran a mile. So, again, hats off to the AI. They started off here, and they were running all the way along here for the big flank. Right, who is suppressing who's the next question. You're suppressing him and you're suppressing my assault. Let's double check that. It's this one. Right, that should have freed up our assault. Mustn't forget about this thin man sniper, yeah? It looks clear for the flank, though there's a couple of squares out.
Moving at the speed of death. Stepping off. He's down.
Frankly, I'm a bit wary about moving up anymore. Hello, 11 Charlie. It's, yeah, Long War is a big mod of XCOM enemy within. The actual developers of the game itself kind of said that their game was like a tutorial for Long War. It makes the game a lot more difficult, longer of course, and you get a lot more classes, a lot more tactical stuff, and a lot more strategic stuff. It's an absolute fantastic mod, and I'm not really biased about that, but it really is. It's a... If XCOM is your jam, you deserve it to yourself to give Long War a try, because it's just so much fun. It really is.
Voy hacia ese lugar.
Copy that. Selecting target.
Yeah. So, I mean, the whole idea behind Long War 11 Charlie was to sort of bring down the difficulty curve. Is that OG XCOM was really difficult in the beginning, but then as soon as you started getting, you know, snipers and a few good soldiers, it became a bit of a walk in the park. While XCOM Long War, it makes the aliens a lot more varied. Like this guy here, for example, is a thin man who has squad sight. And it means that XCOM always has a challenge trying to do any mission. It's a great mod. Yeah, if I can't dig out the quote at the moment, but the actual, who was the head developer of XCOM Rock? It was, I've forgotten his name, but he basically was quoted as saying that, you know, Long War was such a great mod that it was.
No way that just happened. Ammo out.
Yeah, that's it. 40-hour tutorial. That's exactly right.
Getting out.
Aye, aye. Commander.
Right, this guy's going to run. He has lightning reflexes, so he can run wherever he likes. He's actually running towards us, believe it or not. That's not good. No, he's running away. That's... well, we can still get a really good shot.
Damn it, missed the target.
Oh, fuck, yeah. That was actually quite lucky. I forgot that, you know, basically all thin men get lightning reflexes now. That thin man could have gone here and given a shot on Psycho. He doesn't have... He has resilience, so he wouldn't have been critically hit, but he could have been quite badly hurt there. Yes, you can actually. 11 Charlie is that I I started playing, I bought XCOM one pretty much when it first came out, like 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. Enjoyed it, played it, enjoyed it, put it away because it didn't interest me that much to try and play it again. And then I found out about the Long War mod a couple of years ago, and I really haven't played anything else since. And I've got achievements since then, so I know you can do it. It's a really good mod. You should give it a go.
I'm all out.
Ready
Right,
to engage.
that was a nasty little engagement, and a lot of that was my fault, though a bunch of thin men are a real pain to handle. If you take my advice, 11 Charlie, yeah, definitely give it a go. Try it on. I think the lowest difficulty is normal, isn't it? Well, thank you very much for the follow, 11 Charlie. I appreciate it as well. But yeah, I see a lot of people do the same thing. Is they install Long War, try one of the harder difficulties, get absolutely smashed, get frustrated, and never play it again. Is try it on the lower difficulty, which is I think normal. Don't be afraid to restart missions so that you can get an idea of how it plays, and just enjoy it, right? Yeah, Yash has it. That's exactly right. There's so much extra stuff in this mod, and there's kind of... I hesitate to use the word meta, but there's certain things which I feel you should do when you start a campaign, which really help, and things that can put you into a little bit of a trap. And I've got to point out, I've got all my campaign on YouTube. If you want to spend 100 hours looking at how I approach the campaign, yeah? I'm recommending you do that, right?
It's killing time. Voy hacia allá. Position confirmed. Quit your bitching.
Locked and loaded.
Okay, we still have a muton pod out there. We still don't know if it's berserkers or maybe even muton elites, so we're going to have to be a bit bloody cautious. That last engagement showed us just how much flanking thin men can do if they feel like it. Yeah, 11 Charlie, that's totally expected, is that it's even OG XCOM is a difficult game. And there's little things like, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but the whole game tries to encourage you to progress the story. Like, for example, interrogating an alien. You shouldn't interrogate an alien until you've got really good armor and weapons, because it makes the game harder. So the best thing to do is to actually just slow down and not really go for the story.
I'm ready. Copy that. Reloaded.
Solid copy.
J'ai rechargé. Quiet. You hear something?
What a surprise. It looks like we may have another pod hanging around where the meld was. It's an easy mistake to make, 11 Charlie, yeah? It's like, if you play Long War, I think it's not a mistake, but where people, fall over at the start of a campaign is usually related to the air game, which is different from OG XCOM. quite a bit harder as well. Yes, and also 11 Charlie, if you play this game, and especially if you play Long War, get used to the bugs. I love this game so much, despite all the bugs and jank involved with it. I've installed some quality of life mods to reduce the bugs and jank a little bit, but it's always there. Make a backup of your save too.
Solid copy.
Got it.
I'm on the move.
Bit. On the move. Understood. Moving out.
Already there.
Yeah. That's it, Yash, too, is that you've also got to stop the alien snowballing. That's kind of the whole meta idea is one of the things I'd recommend. People, there's purists, right? But I think that the game is more fun played if you've got an idea what's happening with the aliens too. And it gives you an idea, what's happening, and gives you an idea also, frankly, when the campaign is unwinnable. Oh, to do so, there's like all these things, there's actually like 2 versions of it. 11 Charlie. There's the original version 1, which is what I'm playing, and then I think some modders released a version 1.1 or 1.2 like over the last couple of years. Does fix some of the bugs, does change the game a bit. Personally, I like the version 1 that was released originally. You could have a read around and see which one you might prefer playing. And yeah, if you find it's your jam, there's people who find Long War a little bit too easy and have made it even harder.
Wilco.
The biggest issue I have with this setup is my scout is too slow, so they can activate somebody and then not be able to run back into cover.
I'm on the move.
Solid copy, Commander.
Hey Paul, how are you? I think it's more like version 1.1. At least that's what I saw on the mod database. Some of the people I see who start a Long War campaign for the first time seem to be playing, the more modded version. Yeah, Yash, I have thought about it. I mean, I still don't know if I'm going to win this campaign. There's far too many places where it can fall down. And then I think I might give XCOM a bit of a rest for a bit, frankly, because a Long War campaign it's a huge time sink. It's especially with the amount of time I get to play, it means that it takes months, and I think I'll probably do what I normally do, is put it down and pick it up again in a year or two. Yeah, exactly. But we don't see each other very often, do we? Yeah, Gauss is where I tend to stick for a long time, Yash. In fact, on this campaign, we were in Carapace up till last month as well, which I really wouldn't recommend. Okay, here we go. What do we have? 2 mutons and floaters. Some good little more floaters. We've got at least a couple in the back there. Yeah, I mean, I've played it enough, Yash, now that I begin to have a rough idea what works for the way I play.
See you in hell.
Yeah, when I started this campaign, I had this, big plan in my head. I was going to go straight for laser, and I was going to sit on laser until I could get pulse. It just doesn't work on impossible, at least as far as I play Yash. You just can't do it. The aliens get too tough, and it limits you in far too many ways.
Out of the game. Merci.
I think this muton is definitely fixing himself into a position where he can try and flank us.
X-ray lockdown.
Yeah, me too, Rock, is when you're always limited in the economy, as alloys starve you pretty much until the late game. If you go for plasma or pulse, suddenly you find out you just don't remotely have enough Elerium. Meld always gets finished as soon as you start, kitting your tier 2 or tier 3 mechs out. But I find that weapon fragments can suddenly bring your research to a real grinding halt, yeah. What other games do you want to play on stream? To be honest, Yash, I've got quite a backlog. I bought a whole bunch of games whenever they were on sale, and because I enjoyed LoL so much, I've never played them. So I was thinking there's a couple of Warhammer games I wanted to play. Stellaris, that I've played for a couple of evenings and quite enjoyed. I wouldn't mind trying to play that, and some of the other Paradox games interest me. And then there's stuff like Alien Isolation that I bought years and years ago and still haven't played. I'd like to play that.
That location.
I know there's at least a couple more floaters out there, so we might get a little bit shooted here.
Enemy is still alive.
Right, those are the other floaters. I don't like the fact that it was a 1 in 4 shot. That's not good at all.
Roger that. Tracking hostile.
Yeah, I've heard of Endless Space. Maybe sometime I'll give it a go. But yes, Stellaris seems kind of fun in a role-playing way too. I think we're going to have to try and take some of these guys out. Not going to get much luck there, are we?
Keep moving, Commander. Out of ammo.
we may have a little problem with these floaters. They're definitely going to have a flanking shot next turn. Yes, definitely. Yeah, you like Stellaris as well, Celine. Well, that's good. I haven't played Stellaris enough to go to the end game at all. I mean, it seems like you could have a massive Stellaris game if you wanted to.
Rock and roll.
That's the flank I was worried about.
Incoming fire.
That Muton is being very cagey. I'd like to try and capture him if I could.
Got him covered.
Yeah, that too, Celine, is... I have a feeling that Stellaris is a game like this that if you get into, can really eat up your time in a good way. Thanks, Ergo. You did what I brought you along here for. It also, yeah, I have heard that it's a game that they pretty much every patch changes as well. I like the idea of that.
Got it covered. Locked and loaded.
That's an interesting shot if we don't activate.
Got it. X-ray down. Okay.
Now I've got to somehow get you into the game without you getting murdered. Well, at least we finally got the guy to shoot. So this Muton has fired, I think, twice, which means that he's got at least 2 more shots in his gun. Well, we're going to try and capture this guy. I mean, we've only got 1 shot, but why not, yeah? Oh, unless we do that.
Got him covered. I'm running low on ammo.
You are, and that's a problem.
Already there.
Okay, the accents alone is enough reason to down on Long War for me. 11 Charlie, anything that gets somebody to play that game is worth it in my book. Yeah, definitely grab a copy and enjoy it. We're going to have a little bit of a problem in a second. is that we don't have the ability to shoot back at this Muton next turn.
Moving to position.
Okay, let's see what he does. Suppress us again. It should mean this Muton has to reload next time, which is really good for us. He has 7 hit points, so I should be able to do this. I might kill him. Oh, actually, I'm almost certainly going to kill him if I try that. Should we try a... Nah, I would like to try and capture him here.
Heading there now.
No, we're going to have to try and do it in one go because that Muton is going to be free next turn. You're still suppressed, aren't you? That bloody Muton has found a place where it's really difficult to get a shot on him.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Okay, Alecto, if you kill him, you kill him. Let's see. Don't really want to though.
Rock that bang.
Back in. Moving to position.
What will he do? We're going to find out.
Pressing on target. 10-4.
I hope I've counted right here. He has a think, and he stays there. Okay, I believe that means he may have reloaded there, but he should be capturable. We're probably going to have to toss an acid grenade on him now at least. First things first, I'd love to try and actually just whittle him down a few more points.
X-ray locked down. Heading there now.
What we're going to try and do is use an acid grenade to make him whittle himself down.
Let's do this.
Pretty good shot. The mini game of capturing aliens and Long War is kind of different from OG XCOM as well, in that the aliens, you only get at best a 50% chance to capture them. It makes it quite a bit trickier.
Aye, aye. Commander.
Copy that. Voy a hacer una vez le doy.
What does he do?
Can I get some help?
Okay, that's good. We're almost where we can try and capture this thing now. Right, what's he done? Oh, he's hunkered again. Right, let's have at least a look and see how much it's going to cost to try and capture this thing. Yeah, that's too low. We would like to try and get better odds than that.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Variel, you're going to have to tell me what your terrible mistake is. I hope that it's nothing too terrible.
Aye, aye, ready fire. Running dry. Aye, aye, Commander. Adjusting aim.
You've discovered cookie butter. Okay. What sort of cookie butter are we talking about here, Variel? Because if you're talking about, you know, the base mix of cookie dough, you surely have encountered this before. Or you had a very sheltered childhood. And it's really, really good. But more description is needed before I can tell you whether it's a really terrible mistake or not. Right, you are going to have to stop hunkering because we want to capture you and you're not making it easy, and that's quite annoying.
Roger, Dodger.
No, it's not. It is like a nut butter.
Oh, yeah.
Aye, aye, fire. My weapon.
Ready to engage.
Green to go. Cargado y...
What's he going to do? This muton is far too clever. Except it's made up of ground delicious shortbread and cinnamon cookies. It should not exist. You're going to have to post a recipe, Variel, because I would like to explore this later. In the comfort of my own kitchen. Just to see how big a mistake this really is.
Okay.
Oh, this doesn't flank him somehow. I don't know why. I may have to go back. I was expecting that to be a flank.
Got it.
Perfect.
Afirmativo. Dominando blanco.
Hey, that's one more plasma rifle for XCOM. And yeah, Variel, I mean, as long as you can lock the product away,
Moving out.
it's not a terrible mistake. It's like a happy accident you can revisit every day when you come back home.
Heading out.
Yep. Varlin has a plaything. Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready.
Well, listen, I'm the worst person to talk about self-control, Variel. With me, with my love and hate relationship with this game. But there must be a safe way of enjoying what you've just discovered. Give it to a friend who will give you a ration every day, or leave it at your workplace. That there is a secret here. You don't have to consider this just a negative. And you know, until I met you guys, I thought I was a half glass empty person. God. Right, what I'm doing now is that after a couple of turns, you normally get an idea where the command pod is. And we would like to have an idea where the command pod is, because we now are going to be getting the really scary command pods. The command pods from hell, because we've done an alien base assault. That's actually a pretty good way of doing it, Variel. Is there no glass because you drunk what's in it and put it up to dry, or what?
Solid copy, Commander.
Rolling out.
That's not a bad solution either, Rock.
Yes, sir.
Right. Once you've done the alien base assault, in Long War, instead of just having outsiders, you can also have sectoid commanders and outsiders. And later on, you can have sectoid commanders, outsiders, and mechtoids. Suddenly, command pods become even more terrifying than they are normally. And I wish that I'd kept a motion tracker, because now I don't know how terrifying it really is.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Well, I'd say that's almost Taoist, Variel. Do you know? I mean, if a glass gets drunk in the forest, does anybody ever know? Type question. Okay, it's still saying it's over in that corner. I don't think that's a good thing. But it means is that we're going to push up this side, just in the expectation that either the aliens are here or in their control center. I'd agree with that too, Variel.
Position confirmed.
Don't be shy. Share it out.
Target confirmed. On our way.
Copy that. Afirmativo. That's affirmative.
Target confirmed. On our way.
I'm on it, Commander.
Right, risky move of the day. And right, now that we've done the risky move of the day, we're going to do the most boring moves of the day.
Headed there now. On it. Voy hacia allá.
Solid copy.
Right.
You hear anything?
Sound is coming from straight in front of us. I'm going to take that as a good thing, because I reckon it means is that the command pod is either here or right at the back of the ship.
On my way.
Looks good. Okay. We still have a couple of battle scanners and we have a sniper, and the sniper is somebody I'd really like to kick this off with. We might have to do a little bit of juggling and running around to do that.
Running.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Got it. Moving.
Stepping off.
Location confirmed. I'm on it, Commander.
Hey, look at this. It's got 2 more intact power supplies. The aliens are being really generous with those lately. It can't last.
Stepping off. Ten-4.
Already there. Okay.
Moving on target location. C'était quoi?
Yeah, I'm more and more getting into the idea that the aliens are in their control room.
Copy that.
Okay.
So I think it's time for a battle scanner. Let's try and get a rough idea where they are.
Scanner's up and running.
Yeah, unfortunately the door is open, which is a shame. It's going to make it hard to sneak up on these things. Can't see anything here. So it's sounding like it's that they're there.
On it. Position confirmed. Running.
Orders confirmed.
It's also a shame because it means our 2 squad site gunners aren't going to be able to get into this fight. Yep. Looks to me like they are in here.
Okay.
Unless they're like literally just here in the corner. We're still going to have to be pretty paranoid about this. The reason why I'm doing this so carefully, 11 Charlie, if you're still watching, is a mistake at this time is really punished. The aliens are merciless if you make a mistake as far as moving people is concerned.
Running. Time to motor.
Roger, Dodger.
De acuerdo.
Right, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so they are actually in the bridge.
Roger that.
Somewhere in here. It does make them very difficult to fight. Because we're going to have to dogpile them, of course.
Reforce.
We can't just try and snipe them to get them out of there.
Solid copy, Commander.
Target confirmed. On our way.
Yes, sir. I'm on the move. Allá voy.
Right, where are they? Looks like they're right at the back. Do you see that you can't move to this square? And these 4 squares. 2 squares here, 2 squares here. I reckon, and there's a square here. So there's at least 5, if not 6, in this command pod. And they are all there, which makes them very difficult to shoot, actually. It might mean, though, that we might be able to sneak around into this corner because they can't see us. Hello, Met. So far, so good. We're about to assault the first crash destroyer since an alien base assault.
Moving to position.
So things could get a bit hairy in a second. Bit of a B team as well, Met. I don't have any mechs. So, yeah. Little bit concerning.
On the move. On the move.
One thing I'd like to do is try and kick off with a sniper shot. So I'm gonna still try and get Electo around where he might be able to get a shot.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Though I have a feeling that these aliens are just too burrowed in there and are going to be too difficult to get out. Because to get a shot, I think I'm going to have to be like somewhere here.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Yeah, did you see that? Just on the corner. I don't think we've activated, but that was quite lucky. So yeah, we've got a bunch of outsiders there as well as a sectoid commander.
Moving to position.
It also means that I don't think we're going to be able to sneak around them like we normally do.
Battle scanners up.
Yeah, that's a pretty nasty pod. I mean, that's almost landed transport territory, isn't it? Well, you're going to be able to get a nice shot on one of them, and we're going to have to use that to kick off. Maybe next turn. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to sneak in here. They can see us. Alright, so let's keep our fingers crossed. We're going to try next turn. It was a good shot.
Enemies in sight.
Not quite good enough. Yeah, this is going to be rough. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do this. We can suppress, though. Against outsiders, that's not going to work very well.
I'm on it, Commander.
Thanks, Dimea. I may have to use that as well.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Yes, Commander. Got him.
This could get quite crap.
Roger that. Pressing hard.
Hello, Dimea. It's this is going to be fun. I'm not going to enjoy this, I don't think. I enjoyed that. That's a bloody good start. Yeah, if they could kill my medic here. Oh, do you know what? They were merciful for once.
I'm on it, Commander.
Oh, hell yes.
That's affirmative.
Might try and see if I can get my medic a kill here. Probably not.
Moving out.
Mission accomplished.
Wow, that was actually quite sweaty palmed at the end. I told you that group wasn't that good for this mission, and they weren't. After alien base assaults, the command pod gets a little bit too big for my boots. Thanks very much, Yash. We got to capture. Maybe we need a sectoid commander, but not in those circumstances.
Outstanding. Not only did our troops return safely, but the meld they recovered will certainly advance our development of new technologies based on this substance.
That's great. You actually should go into the Scilabs as well. I think playing Smash might be a bit more interesting than this. Yash. Okay, so let's sell the cash we have. Get some more cash. Get all that lovely loot sold. I think we now pretty much have enough flight computers and power sources to finish the game. So I think we can start selling any more that we find as loot from now onwards. People say that Yash never really was able to get into it. That's helped reduce Germany's panic a little bit as well. No, Egypt, sorry, you're not going to do this exchange. One thing which I can't ignore is trying to keep cycling people through the Scilabs. It becomes really important to try and finish the game. We're beginning to have some people back. Though I don't know whether we're going to have enough people to do a base assault now. Yeah, our A team is still fatigued, so we're going to have to do it next month sometime. That's a bit of a shame. I mean, we don't have to do it to try and knock down alien resources. The resources is negative. So this is about as good as you're going to get. Yeah, I mean, I could totally see the interest in it, Yash. I got into, it's not the same thing, but I got into arena shooters a couple of years ago during lockdown. Really enjoyed those because it was a very free-flowing game, and you're just focused on Twitch play so much. I should go back and give that a try. So yeah, we're looking good. The research is kind of high. 314. We'd like to keep this below 350 if we can. Oh great, our Peter is next level big brained. That's kind of handy. So we finally got somebody through to the next one. It also means that we can put Fatima in, because she has a massive brain, and we're definitely going to give her Psi-Panic. Unfortunately, most of our high will and high powered psychics tend to be kind of low level soldiers. If I'm having a look, we have, I guess we have Annette, who's like a sergeant, and Electo, who's also a sergeant. The other ones are, well, they're going to be a bit slower. Mitch is probably our best bet. We've got to look after Mitch because he has a good chance to be the volunteer.
Aircraft transfer complete.
I did say that I should build more laser cannon. I tell you something I should also build, is I probably am going to have to order a couple more interceptors. Instead of just making engines, are you talking about software engines, Yash, or the hardware kind? Hey, after 3 tries, I'm going to murder this name. Babajide has come through. That's really good news too. That means that we have several fairly big-brained guys moving through the Scilabs. I don't know who I'm going to toss in next. That's a really good question. There's nobody really ready. Ninja Zombie's almost ready. Let's see. Rouge Rogue, that's what we're trying to do. We are, as close as you can do it, we are trying to do a firestorm rush. Is we're going to try and get plasma cannon and firestorm ready for March. Because I don't want to do a base defense. I really want to try and avoid that if I can. Celine, you're back. Annette is back. Is she ready to go in? I don't think so. She needed another mission, didn't she? Yeah. There she is, Annette. Yeah, she needs at least a couple more missions. Right, servo motors. This is a really important project, especially for the way I play the game. Is it gives our mechs extra movement, which is really nice, but it also gives quite a handy little thing, which is walker servos. They're not cheap, but they mean that, especially once you get tactical rigging, you can pretty much ignore the penalty for lugging around all the heavy Titan armor. It gives your guys the mobility they had before. So I'm quite tempted to build 2 suits of this at least for our assaults, because they need as much mobility as they can. Hell, I should probably build one for a scout, to tell you honestly. Yeah, I mean, by the end of the game, pretty much everyone will have walker servos, Yash, if we get that far. I'm afraid to say, no base assault in, and we're not going to do another base assault in December. Alco's back, which is interesting. Duke Hippo's back. Atacob is back. God, it's going to be close.
Incoming transmission.
No. Let's find out.
We are extremely impressed with the progress of the XCOM project thus far, Commander. Your recent results were beyond our expectations, and that is not a statement this council makes lightly.
We actually got France got a little bit more panic. Did you see that? I'm pretty sure that France actually was lower panic and got a bit more there. That's a shame. Alien resources is 90. So this is the last month where we're only going to have 1 Terra mission. Starting next month, we're always going to have 2 Terra missions no matter what we do. Apart from that, threat level's only 2 again, which is really great, and the resources are nice and low. So we could do a base assault at the beginning of the month, but looking at the circumstances, we might save it to right at the end. See what happens. Aircraft-wise, oh, that's not so hot, is it? We do have some more cash.
Your efforts to support the research team, Commander. I've already put the new recruits to work in the lab.
Most of which is going to have to go on buying some cool things for XCOM. Yeah, I think, Yash, it might be time to lock up your little pied-à-terre in Paris and move to somewhere a little bit safer. I was wondering about building one of these for a tank mech, but it's a little bit expensive, and we might have to forget about that for a second. There's a lot of cool stuff now that we can buy. I think we're going to probably build another laser cannon. And we may hold on to the rest of our alloys. If we get a lot of damaged gear, we're going to have to repair it. Hello. That's a pretty emphatic reaction from the aliens. They're going for a bombing mission in Canada, funnily enough. Which is a weird one, but, you know, that's what the aliens want to do. We don't have too much ways of stopping them either. Yeah, I mean, I was wondering about doing it, especially for one who gets in close.
Satellite assisted targeting.
Nearing strike range.
Nice. Great. And guess what, everybody? I'm sorry to be so terrible, but I think I might call it a day there. We managed to use up most of our Saturday morning and afternoon, which is a great way of doing it. But I'm going to have to go and do other stuff. We will have that mission to look forward to next time we play. Looking good. I'm quite happy about that. It's already got the threat up 1 more, which is what you'd expect. Rock, it was a real pleasure. Trust me on this. I love playing, especially with everybody shouting advice and insults in the background. It makes it a lot of fun. I enjoy it.